Imagine a world where the Mediterranean Sea is a Roman lake. The year is 117 AD. The Roman Empire is at its largest. From the misty shores of Britain to the sun-baked sands of North Africa, the Roman eagle soars supreme. This is a time of unprecedented peace and prosperity, a golden age known as Pax Romana. Cities, bustling and grand, stand as testaments to Roman ingenuity. Aqueducts, marvels of engineering, quench the thirst of millions. Roads stretching across vast distances connect this mighty empire. Trade flourishes, bringing spices from the east and gold from the west. In the heart of this magnificent realm lies Rome, the eternal city. A city of marble and grandeur, it draws visitors from the farthest corners of the empire. Here, in the Colosseum, gladiators clash to the roar of the crowd. In the Senate, laws are debated that shape the lives of millions. The Roman Empire, it seems, is destined to rule for 1,000 years. But even empires, like all things, must face the passage of time. The Roman Empire, despite its outward strength, was not immune to the forces of decay. The seeds of decline were sown even in the midst of its greatest triumphs. By the 3rd century AD, cracks began to appear in the empire's foundations. A series of weak emperors, economic instability, and constant pressure from barbarian tribes at the borders took their toll. The once invincible legions, stretched thin across the vast empire, struggled to hold back the tide of invaders. The empire, too large to govern effectively, was divided in two. The Western Roman Empire, with its capital in Rome, faced the brunt of the barbarian invasions. The Eastern Roman Empire, centered on the wealthy city of Constantinople, proved more resilient. In 476 AD, the unthinkable happened. Romulus Augustulus, the last emperor of the Western Roman Empire, was deposed by a barbarian general. The once mighty empire which had stood for centuries had fallen. Or had it? What if, by some twist of fate, the Western Roman Empire had found a way to survive? Imagine a different course of history. What if the Western Roman Empire, instead of succumbing to internal strife and external pressure, had adapted and endured? The year 476 AD comes and goes, not with the fall of an empire, but with the rise of a new era of Roman strength. The most immediate impact of a surviving Western Roman Empire would be on the political landscape of Europe. Instead of fragmenting into a patchwork of barbarian kingdoms, the continent would remain united under the Roman banner. The chaotic period of the early Middle Ages, known as the Dark Ages, might never have occurred. With the Roman Empire intact, there would be no power vacuum for barbarian tribes to fill. The migrations that reshaped Europe would never occur. The cultural and genetic makeup of the continent would be vastly different. The survival of the Western Roman Empire would also have profound implications for the Byzantine Empire, its eastern counterpart. Instead of standing alone as a bastion of Roman culture and learning, it would find itself part of a larger, more powerful entity. The two halves of the empire, working together, could have repelled invaders and maintained Roman dominance for centuries to come. Section 4. The Roman spirit endures. Cultural and technological advancements. The continued existence of the Roman Empire would not merely be a matter of political boundaries. It would also have a profound impact on the cultural and technological development of the world. The Roman Empire was not just a military power, but also a center of learning, innovation, and art. Imagine a world where the Roman system of law, with its emphasis on justice and fairness, continued to evolve. The legal principles that underpin our modern world might have been shaped by Roman jurists, not medieval scholars. Consider the impact on architecture and engineering. With the Roman Empire still standing, the knowledge and skills that built the Colosseum and the Pantheon would not have been lost. The Gothic cathedrals of the Middle Ages, with their soaring arches and intricate designs, might have looked very different, influenced by Roman aesthetics and building techniques. Perhaps the most intriguing question is how a surviving Roman Empire would have affected the development of technology. The Romans were known for their practical inventions, from aqueducts to concrete. Could they have gone further? Would a Roman Empire, facing new challenges, have sparked an earlier industrial revolution? Section 5. A world united? The Roman Empire's political reach. The political landscape of our alternate history would be dominated by the enduring presence of the Roman Empire. Would this Roman Empire be a force for good or ill? Would it usher in an era of unprecedented peace and prosperity, or would it become a tyrannical power crushing all opposition? One possibility is that a surviving Roman Empire, having learned from its past mistakes, would evolve into a more decentralized and adaptable entity. It might embrace the cultural diversity of its vast territories, fostering a sense of shared identity while allowing for regional autonomy. This more tolerant and flexible Roman Empire could have fostered greater trade and cultural exchange between East and West. The Silk Road, instead of being a tenuous link between distant empires, might have flourished under Roman protection, bringing new ideas and technologies to Europe. However, it is also possible that a surviving Roman Empire would become stagnant and resistant to change. The very institutions that had once made it strong, such as its centralized bureaucracy and its powerful military, could become obstacles to progress. A fossilized Roman Empire clinging to the past might stifle innovation and creativity. Section 6. Echoes of an alternate past. Rome's legacy in our modern world. In this alternate timeline, the legacy of Rome would be all around us, woven into the very fabric of our world. Latin, the language of the Roman Empire, might still be the lingua franca of Europe or perhaps even the world. Our legal systems, our architecture, our very understanding of what it means to be civilized would be deeply rooted in Roman traditions. The Roman Empire, even in its absence, has left an indelible mark on our world. From the aqueducts that still stand in Spain to the legal principles that underpin our societies, the echoes of Rome are everywhere. But in this alternate history, those echoes would be even more profound, more deeply ingrained in our collective consciousness. Imagine a world where gladiatorial combat is not a relic of the past, but a popular form of entertainment, broadcast on global networks, where Roman emperors, instead of being figures from history books, are world leaders, their faces on coins and currency. The possibilities are endless, limited only by our imagination. Section 7. A final thought, reflecting on the might have been. The fall of the Roman Empire was a pivotal moment in history, marking the end of an era and the beginning of a new one. But what if that fall had never happened? What if the Roman Empire had endured, shaping the course of history in ways we can only imagine? This thought experiment, while purely speculative, offers a fascinating glimpse into the complexities of history and the enduring power of ideas. It reminds us that the world we live in is not preordained, but rather the product of countless choices and events, some seemingly insignificant, that have shaped the course of human civilization. As we grapple with the challenges of our own time, we can learn from the past, both real and imagined, and strive to create a future that is worthy of the legacy of those who came before us.